going on, Jerome's? We're on the eve of the Combine and is indeed mock draft season. And, of course, Mel Kiper Jr., the helmet hair, who is Mel Kiper Jr.? All that talk, right? But Grand Poobah of the draft, I know he's kind of polarizing. Either love him or hate him. I love Mel Kiper, man. He's old school, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like, yeah, some of the new age draft people, like they get into it with the analytics and all that stuff. But Kiper's OG. Kind of like it, man. Kind of respect it, because without Mel Kiper Jr., you don't have this whole cottage industry of like draft Twitter and whatnot. So respect to Mel. Todd. He did up his mock draft 2.0 on the eve of the Combine. Kiper generally does like a mock draft a month before the NFL draft, and I kind of like what he did here. All right, so the Vikings taking Grey Zabel, the pride of North Dakota State. I think he's from South Dakota. Either way, the Dakota, basically Vikings territory. What's interesting is that, so you're not spoiling the whole mock draft because it's behind the paywall, but Walter Nolan falls to the Eagles, and I hate everything in this world. All right, so Milton Williams probably going to leave in free agency, Viking, and then they just replace him 1-for-1 with Walter Nolan. What the hell are we doing here, people? I mean, come on. Kenneth Grant falls out of the first round. There isn't a cornerback taken outside of Hunter and Johnson, so it's super interesting. And also, in his mock draft 1.0, the Vikings took Notre Dame cornerback Benjamin Harrison, who falls completely out of the first round. Now, Kiper's as dialed in as anyone, so maybe there's word that Morrison's hip ain't all that. But we'll get definitive answers this week at the Combine, so we'll see. But anyways, in 2.0, taking Grey Zabel, the pride of the pride of NDSU, did great at the Senior Bowl as well. Interior offensive line is my #1 need for the Vikings right now, with guard Dalton Reisner hitting free agency, and center Garrett Bradbury 1 year out from potentially doing the same. Good. Enter Zabel, the ultimate swingman, who could play anywhere. He played both tackle spots and both guard spots in college, and he took reps at center at the Senior Bowl, where he quieted any concern about his level of competition at North Dakota State by dominating. He really did, too. Like, it feels like the Senior Bowl was like months ago, but it was a month. Yeah, but Zabel really, I mean, he showed up and showed out. It was really impressive what he did in one-on-ones in the game as well. Like, honestly, I think that he proved that he's an NFL caliber player and probably a guy that starts from week 1. I love his pass blocking fundamentals, and he's a round 1 caliber player. Minnesota could keep its offensive line strong by bringing Zabel in and slotting him wherever he's needed. And the Vikings O-line. So, first off, people are going to be like, why are you drafting a tackle? He's going to play guard or center in the National Football League. It wouldn't shock me at all if, outside of like an injury fill-in, wherever Zabel goes, if he doesn't play a snap at tackle in the league. But Darrisaw, O'Neal, Rouse at tackle. Then you got on the interior, Brandel's second year of that 3-year deal. Who knows? Bradbury. Then you got Juergens, Ed Ingram hopefully can step up. Plus, you do have Walter Rouse, who they've been talking about kicking him inside as well. But Zabel, I honestly, the Jumpin' Joe Thuney comparisons are certainly there, where you have a college tackle. Thuney was a great tackle at NC State, kicked inside and then became one of the best guards in the National Football League, and then one of the worst tackles in the Super Bowl. It was not good against the Eagles, but Zabel is going to be that dude who just, again, in the first round, love me some projects. Just get yourself a player who's going to start or play starter level snaps right away, whether it's offensive line, D-line, corner, running back, whatever. And Zabel, littering end, like we said, looked great in Mobile. And here's Daniel Jeremiah's scouting report. He's got him at 48 in his top 50. I actually think he moved up in his updated rankings. Zabel is a versatile offensive lineman with excellent toughness and awareness. He lined up at left tackle in 2024, but has played 4 O-line positions during his collegiate career. I believe he's best suited to play guard at the next level. In pass pro, he has quick feet, stays square, catches, absorbs rushers. His lack of length shows up on the perimeter. One of the reasons why he's going to kick inside. I don't think he has, like, well, I guess we'll get arm measurements here pretty soon as the offensive lineman weigh in, but I don't think it's going to be like an Armand Mambu situation, but, he allows defenders to capture his chest, but Oh, this is out around Valentine's Day, and I remember I made a Valentine's Day joke. But he still possesses the core strength and balance to stall their push. He shows the savvy to snatch rushers when they get overextended. I love his ability to fit up and drive defenders in the run game. Woo! Love to see that, man. He has a great feel on combo blocks, and he always looks to finish. He has a nasty playing style, but he doesn't get caught off balance. Overall, I see Zabel as a day one starter at guard. And that's exactly what could happen. Like, I guess there is a world where they hang on to Bradbury, but I think that Zabel would be a set it and forget it guard right away, and maybe someone who takes over at the center spot eventually. So we'll see. And yeah, he's 23 years young, 6'6", 305, 3-year starter for the Bison. All this talk too. Like 93.1 PFF pass block grade in 2024. Going to kick inside. And like I said, his Senior Bowl center snaps, I think, are going to be good to go, because I think that technique-wise, anchor-wise, just football savvy-wise, contact balance-wise, I think that he can fight those nose tackles in there at the pivot. So I love this pick, to be honest. I understand it's not really sexy. It's more of a meat and potatoes type pick, but frankly, it's a meat and potatoes type draft, and the Vikings have meat and potatoes type needs this offseason. So, Grey Zabel, you are a Viking thanks to Todd. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings take versatile offensive lineman from NDSU, Grey Zabel. Local-ish guy. And Mel Kiper Jr.'s Mock Draft 2.0. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.